Okay, how do I sound?
A little closer.
How do I sound?
You sound good.
Okay, good.
You sound good. Okay. So, all right, bro. What's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man.
Hey, welcome back to Shop Talk.
Well, this is actually our first episode of Shop Talk.
Oh, sorry. Welcome to Shop Talk. We had tried this previously.
We did.
And we just couldn't figure out how to get it perfect. Mm-hmm. So the setup that we were going to do originally just didn't work. So welcome to the first episode of Shop Talk. Woohoo! Let's go. All right.
For the audience, you might notice our audio is sounding extra crispy.
He is 100% like an audiophile with this. He's like, I need the best audio in the world.
I do, and he just clipped audio. That was pretty bad. But we also have two cool angles, right? Yeah.
Yes, we do have some good angles. We're working with some good stuff. I'm excited. To share the story. So basically the premise and the, basically what we're doing is going over some news articles out in the world, some videos, some current events, and just kind of giving our 2 cents. I think this is going to be a really cool way to kind of describe what's going on. I'm super political. I don't follow a certain party, but I follow everything political, unfortunately. It's like one of my downsides, and I love sharing this stuff, unfortunately. And he's not political at all, nor does he give it an F about really anything that goes on until it's brought to him. So
Very true. Very true.
I'm always sitting there showing him stuff, so we said, why don't we just record it and see what happens?
That is what Shop Talk is.
So basically, I got a cool story for you. Mm-hmm. What we're going to do is go over a video. Let me give you some context on the video beforehand because it's super important that I do. So in St. Louis, the mayor, for some reason or another, decided to post the names and addresses of protesters that were actively protesting for the defunding of the police, and which is totally wrong. You should never sit there and shame people for protesting what they believe in, even if you don't believe it.
Yeah, not at all.
So one of the calls that this mayor did was, well, one of the things that happened was the demonstrators decided, okay, well, we're going to protest outside of her house for her to resign as mayor because that's just wrong. You can't do that. Unfortunately, she lives in a gated community, so the protesters broke into the gate, and before you can get to the mayor's house, you have to actually pass these two lawyers' houses, and these people are, just watch the video. So
Okay, let's check this out. White couple pointed guns at peaceful protesters.
And this is a meme everywhere. Like, people are just memeing these two like it's their job. Like, and the one lady's not wearing shoes, which is disgusting.
So she's the mayor?
No, that's the mayor.
This is the mayor.
That's just her neighbors who you have to pass by their house in order to get to the mayor's house. So one of the things that the mayor was basically doing was, doing something bad, and in order to get to protest their house, people are just randomly in front of their home. This lady has her finger on the trigger the whole time.
What kind of gun is that, dude?
It's the same one that Maria has.
Maria, as in our awesome female friend who loves gun support.
Yeah.
Gunmanship.
Yeah, it's a little tiny
Ruger?
It's a little tiny Ruger. Like, she's sitting there just pointing it around. And the worst part is she has her finger on the trigger and she's breaking every single gun rule.
Every single gun rule that we made a video about. Please check it out if you haven't already.
Yes.
Wow.
All this with no shoes on.
And what is that?
So
he's holding an AR.
He's holding an old school, like, Vietnam style AR-15.
Okay.
It's kind of funny too because you wouldn't imagine, like, I could see why they're mad. You know what I mean? I could see why they would be pissed off.
Did he make this after that video, or like after they were at that person's house?
No. This was Donald Trump's decree to say, hey, I'm tired of these rioters, I'm tired of these looters, so I'm going to sit there and make a public statement about it because he's having a lot of trouble in the polls. But I'm not going to get into the politicalization of that. The politicization of that, I should say. Yes, the politicization. But basically what's going on is, so watching that video, obviously those people are just, I feel bad, like, because they're in their home and stuff like that, and just random people, like, they just see random like black and brown people, and they've probably never seen them a day in their lives.
They're probably very scared, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, and they're like, oh my god, but the lady could have put shoes on.
So, So when looking at this video, do you see it as, are they racist? Are they in the wrong for this?
I would say that the lady's in the wrong because she's pointing her gun at people with the finger
and just
on the
like,
trigger.
yeah, she's like flailing it around.
And that is just
Improper
yeah.
Firearm safety.
Well, that's also like a crime. You can't put your finger on the trigger and point at somebody and tell them move or I'll shoot you. That's directly stating that, hey, if you don't do this, I will kill you. And instead of her, all she needs to do is move her finger off the trigger and say, hey, look, back up, and that's fine. The problem is on both sides. If somebody were to break into your fence at your house and start, protesting around your lawn, you're gonna be like, yo, get the fuck off my lawn.
Yeah, I would feel inclined to do that.
Right? And that's the whole point of gun ownership, is to make yourself feel good. Now, the guy in the video...
The guy as in her husband? Or
her husband.
Okay.
Her husband, yeah. Her husband in the video, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not a great example of gun ownership either, but he's keeping his gun, though his finger is also on the trigger, on his side. So no, it's not directly pointed against anybody. And he's wearing shoes. That's another really big point. I mean, like, who does that? Like, who walks around pointing, like toting guns with no shoes on?
People in Louisiana, I guess?
St. Louis?
Oh, is that not in...
It's St. Louis.
St. Louis, Louisiana?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Missouri, that's what I meant.
What the chuck?
I'm also not the best at...
Geography.
Geography.
Yeah, geography. I saved you.
That's what I was going to say.
So what do you think?
In regards to...
In regards to the whole video, like what do you think as far as ownership of responsibility? These two are lawyers, like they have a criminal justice career, so they know the ramifications of their actions, which in my opinion gives them even more cause to be quite careful about how they do things.
And
even
how they portray themselves.
Yeah, and even how they would, and everybody's recording everything now.
Sure.
It's not a matter of that. And these guys are getting flamed.
Yeah, are they being destroyed by press right now?
No, not press. They're getting
Just
destroyed
social media.
by millennials.
Friends,
Dude, you
family.
need to go on Instagram more, man. They put them on the Grand Theft Auto cover. Like,
What?
dude, there's so many different memes for these people.
That's fun.
It's horrible.
Well, in that case, then, yeah, from my perspective, I think they're fucking idiots.
I do too. I think that they're not the smartest people in the world, especially because I just can't get over the fact that she had her finger on the trigger and wasn't wearing shoes.
Finger on the trigger. The fact that they're lawyers, that's
yeah, that's what they do.
If they're fucking lawyers,
yeah.
and they should be smart enough to realize that with all these protesters out there, there's gonna be cameras. They're gonna be on the web.
Yeah.
You have to be an idiot to do all this stuff. But, probably they don't even know the actual gun laws. They probably just randomly have it because they're scared of people.
Yeah, and you could tell that the lady's sitting there being like she just looks so proud holding that gun at people.
Yeah.
And if there was actually a firefight or anything crazy, I couldn't imagine how they would actually handle that. But this just takes training. This is a training piece. This is making sure that you understand what you're doing. And these two people have been going all over the normal media, like the Fox News and some local channels talking about how they're in the right and all that stuff, which again, I don't think that they're necessarily, they don't, it's not like they don't have cause to defend their property.
Right.
Because they do live in a gated community that was destroyed. The gate in the gated community was destroyed. Now it's being blocked off by police officers until it's rebuilt. Actually, no, there's a big ass gate right now. But at the same time, if you live in a gated community, there is a security system. There's security officers that usually patrol, and police. So I would say tisk tisk to the finger on the trigger, tisk tisk to not wearing shoes, and tisk tisk to walking around screaming at people while you're waving a gun at people's faces. But if they didn't do those three things, I think it would have been fine.
Yeah, well, now that I didn't realize they were in a gated community. So from their perspective, yeah, they probably thought, hey, these guys are trespassing my thing, I don't feel safe. I understand why they're, out there with their guns and whatnot, trying to defend themselves. But like you said, just the safety, their conduct of doing it was all in the wrong.
Yeah.
The reason, I understand it. I get why they did it.
Yeah.
They just need to teach themselves the right knowledge on gun safety.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's where they need to watch our videos.
Plug.
But what really needs to happen too is, so right now what's going on is they're trying to politicize this. Everybody's trying to politicize this. All these people are Trump supporters, so they obviously hate this. I would say the mayor, and we need to really focus a lot more on what the mayor did. The mayor is not a person in this video. She was in there for like a minute, but what she did was publicly on the internet put a video out on, I think it was Facebook or something, saying addresses of protesters.
Oh, the protesters that were on these people's property?
Well, no, protesters that were just protesting in the streets lawfully, the defund the police campaign.
Okay.
That's it. That's all it was. That's what started this whole situation.
Right.
So to protest, which is a constitutional right, and then to out the protesters, which could cause a lot of issues with placing people in careers. Like, let's say, you are looking for a job because we're in a pandemic and your name was read out loud on a video. Now the video was taken down, so I do want to say that that was at least a good thing. But if that video had stayed up, that would have affected people for a very long time, because they don't. What if your boss believes in policing? What if your boss believes in certain things? You would be having to go on an uphill battle because of your beliefs, and we are, as Americans, given the right to protest. We are given the right to assemble. That was wrong. And we need to focus on that more than, I think, these people, because these people are a healthy distraction.
Yeah. Yeah, it's as if the media wants us to be distracted.
I know.
Almost as if it's a conspiracy.
But so basically, yeah, I mean that's kind of what I wanted to give you clarity on. So I think we're in agreement, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
I completely think that. Again, I do believe you have the right to protect your property. If they are breaking gates, then there is a chance they might try to break in your home. And if you live where hundreds of people are crossing through your lawn, of course there are gonna be problems. So I wonder if the mayor was home.
Does the mayor live in this community too?
Yes, that's why they went there. They went there to go protest the mayor at her house. But it's a gated community, and you're not supposed to do that.
I wonder how that ended up.
Well, I don't know, because the story stops
with these guys.
Yeah, it stops at these two jackamoos.
That's the story here is with the mayor. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, that's
now I'm curious.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. I want to know what happened, but of course, no. All we get are 150,000 memes of these people, with Die Hard. You know the movie Die Hard?
Yeah, I know Die Hard.
Yeah, it's great. So I have to ask that question because he doesn't watch movies.
That's Bruce Willis, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
I knew that. I was testing it.
So I would say again, I don't know everything to this story. I don't know what happened with the mayor. She's still in office. I know that. Calls are still being made for her to resign, but we'll see what happens in the future. Yeah, that's it for that one.
Well, that was cool actually. That was an interesting story. I do believe it's kind of like fluff, stuff that the press wants just to keep us preoccupied.
Exactly.
While other shit is going on.
Completely.
But it's good to know. It's so regarding with the Second Amendment, it does play kind of negative to that. Yeah. That whole thing.
Well, it's weird because it plays fast and loose, where you have to ask, is the right to assemble and the right to protest being infringed upon if they broke into the gate? And then is that a case where the Second Amendment is called for, which is the right to bear arms? And when you have the right to bear arms, you also have the right to bear arms responsibly. When does that right become negligent or unlawful? When does it become a bad idea to put your finger on a trigger because people are on your lawn?
When does it cross the line?
Yeah, exactly. When is that line easily crossed? Because I think this is just a really shitty scenario overall.
Yeah.
But
hey guys, let us know in the comments. When do you think that's crossing the line? Love to hear your thoughts.
Oh yeah, and I think that's it.
Nah, bro. Yeah, that was good. Hey, well, I really like this whole new thing that we're doing.
We're killing it right now.
I think it's good.
Shop Talk
episode
1.
All right, let's end it with our normal send off.
All right.
With the cameras. All right. Thank you guys for watching.
Make sure you subscribe, and share with your friends. We need more viewers.
We do, and don't forget to comment. We would love to start a discussion down there in the comment section below.
Yeah.
And with that.
Have a great day. You like that?
I love that.
There you go. That's good.